Hey.
Hey, Ted.
You look like shit today.
Thanks. You too. Is that for last week's? Yeah, fair enough. I deserve that for sure. We're in retest week. I think we're at the tail end because this is in the future. We got the interval retest. We've been spending the last 5 weeks working on deadlifting In-WOD. So for those who've been following along, every week we've had an interval piece where we've got some deadlift percentage work ranging from that lighter, higher rep stuff all the way to getting athletes to pull, 90% or so of their 1 rep max under fatigue. And that's a kind of a, we have that In-WOD lift every phase, but the deadlift especially is just like, outside of the CrossFit games, when's the last time you saw, a 1 rep max? It's always, way back to regionals, 21:15.9 at 3:15, something along those lines. So we kind of upped the ante a little bit as far as both the total volume and the weight. So MFT folks are going 335 and 230 for the women, and the reps are a little bit higher. We got 54 reps as opposed to kind of the traditional 45. So just kind of pushing folks outside of their comfort zone with both the weight and the reps. And for me today, deadlift is a stronger movement. This is definitely going to be a challenge for me, but I'm okay with strict handstand push-ups and box jumps. And I think I'll still be able to get kind of the desired stimulus and push myself with the MFT weight and rep scheme, given that I'm a decent puller. So be a good test.
I'm excited to watch this because this workout and this lift is the basis for the idea of including In-WOD lifting in the phase structure this year. The deadlift just seems to be that thing where someone can have that 1 rep max, and then the open comes around and the 21:15.9s of 315, 225, stuff like that is really challenging for a lot of people. So this test is based on going a little bit heavier than the 21:15.9 and a few more reps. Castro loves deadlift strict handstand push-up or deadlift handstand push-up, deadlift handstand walk, and he loves deadlift box jump. So we thought, why not mix all 3 together, add a little bit of rest in and see where people are at. So both getting better at it and be a little bit more desensitized to what's probably going to come up in the open.
On back. Don't smoke crack. Oh, yeah, you can. You can't use a remote.
Fun?
It was hard.
Like a give and go of that workout. Like you don't want to be fighting through super slow reps, but each time you put the bar down, you're not recharging to 100%. So you get back to like 90% and like 85% and 80%. So you definitely don't have to go unbroken, but it does pay to move fast early on. That's probably the only thing I would say about his first round is that, you know, even from the jump, it looked like he was a little bit, I want to say in control, but too controlled to kind of get through those fast.
Yeah, I'd say this is a super unique situation because he's so good at this movement that the hatchet version is probably not going to move the needle for him. So while this is maybe pushing how advanced he should go as an athlete, it's going to be one of the only ways for him to overload and overreach and get to that place. So if you are a hatchet athlete and the retest doesn't matter as much, you feel like you're just going to knock it out of the park and it's not going to be that challenging for you, sometimes it does make sense to move up to the MFT and overload yourself. It's not necessarily as much, you know, test retest in the same way as before, but it can be one of the ways to sort of overreach and get to that new spot.
10 seconds, big guy.
Mark, you sure?
Mount up.
Going.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, you know, the note that Sherb and I both had for his first round is maybe he could have utilized being fresh a little bit more at the beginning,
10 seconds, big guy.
but then he went the same speed in round two, which is impossible. So all of that stuff, all those strategies are a give and take.
2, 1, last round.
go.
You definitely see the deadlift speed there make a big difference. I mean, definitely he's extremely fatigued at that point. He's 42 reps into the workout. But you could just see the attack was different on the deadlifts in that last set. And I think that the time under tension that took, even though it was probably more effort to move fast, you know, across the entire workout, that's going to allow him to go right over the wall and bang out a big set of handstand push-ups. And then, sorry, everybody, box jumps at the end, they're going to suck, but keep chipping away at them just the way he did. Probably not going to bound at that point, but you'll notice that Hunter took his time essentially standing up. That was kind of his rest, but the second his both feet were on the ground, he's jumping right back up on the box, which for a lot of people is too much of like settling and getting ready to jump. The second his foot hit, he's back up on the box. So he ended that workout really well.
That was hard.
Did you change anything?
Honestly, like at that weight, it's kind of a, how do you feel this on that day? I think if I felt a little bit fresher, I would have been able to do bigger sets on the deadlift. It just felt a little bit heavier than it might otherwise feel. So I might have probably practiced some rebounding box jumps before I started. I kind of made that call in the first round, like after doing a few reps but not practicing. And that could have saved me some time, but maybe the only other thing is to try to be a little bit tougher on the deadlift. Maybe cut out one set. You cut out one set in those first 2 rounds, you know, you buy 20 extra seconds across the whole workout, because I definitely, because I worked less in the 18s, I was a little bit fresher for the 12s and was able to move a little bit quicker. But it's a good test because it limits you. There aren't too many people who are gonna rifle through that really, really fast. There's gonna be a little bit of a strategy involved, and then if you're like me, sometimes between hatchet and MFT, it's a good chance for you to kind of see where you're at, test yourself a little bit. I still got the desired effect from that workout, maybe, but maybe next to Caroline or Austin, they're done 2 minutes sooner, but it's still I think it was still the right choice for me to do that. But
yeah, you just we're watching and it's okay, you could tell that it wasn't your favorite thing, picking up that barbell right at the beginning of the workout.
I sure didn't like that.
But then you blasted through the 12s, which is the arch nemesis of most athletes in this workout. Problem is knowing yourself well enough as an athlete to say, if I go slower at the beginning, do I still go slow at the end? And those athletes have to take some chances at the beginning of the workout. Whereas you like to pick up the barbell and you actually seem to sort of wake yourself up and your nervous system up a little bit more by not going too hard in that first round. So I think it's a good learning experience from both a coach and an athlete perspective watching a workout like this. And you just got to keep testing and retesting and figuring out who you are as an athlete, what strategies work, what strategies don't work. The worst thing that you can do is never take chances within the gym and then never know how a strategy is going to play out for you. So I think this was honestly perfect because I really didn't think you were going to be able to do that in the 12s, and it was just fucking bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that was I think to your point, I think maybe the one thing I would have done different, didn't have to do with the workout itself, but is warm up really well, especially if that's on the upper end of your deadlift, like a percentage for you, or you just know that deadlifts ruin you in a workout where you're supposed to go fast with them. Like, has absolutely, you know, yeah, 42 reps and like finally your CNS wakes up. It's like good timing, but warm up well enough. If that means overloading a little bit, you know, putting a little bit of additional weight on to pull a few reps to kind of have that confidence. This is definitely the kind of a workout where like you don't want to go into it not warmed up enough, because that barbell will bury you really quickly with this sort of lift and this sort of time under tension type workout.
So we are winding down phase 2 right now. It's week 7, it's retest week. That means phase 3 is coming next week. Phase 3 is awesome. I mean, we wrote it, so we're probably going to say that, but we're continuing to build on things, and as coaches, it's so exciting to see you guys put this stuff together and take those iterative steps to go through. So whether you've been with us the whole time or whether you're jumping in for just this retest in phase 3, let's get it.